And now, ladies and gentlemen, a comic that most of you probably haven't heard of.
Bryan Callen.
No, it's
He's kind of a big deal, though. He's
Jo
a little bit of
Koy.
a big deal. Do you know how I know? It's because when we post certain guests on our Instagram, some guests will just say, hey, we have this person, and send Brian and Brennan questions. But for you, we go, hey, we got Jo Koy coming in. Good douche. Just your fans were like, what?
Can I ask you what's your favorite UFC fight of all time?
My favorite?
Yeah.
fighter.
My favorite fight, Frank Mir versus Brock Lesnar. Because,
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Because I think
Because of the hype behind it.
represented, like, dude, he's a martial artist like Brock Lesnar. And this comes from a guy who came from more Brock Lesnar than Frank Mir. But Brock Lesnar came from the WWE, and
Lots of hype.
That always will be fake. I don't give a fuck
Yep.
what you guys think. That's all fake. They do get hurt, but it's fake. It's not what we do. There's nothing on the line like what we do. It's not the fucking same. It's not a sport. It's basically stuntmen and they're entertainers, they're actors that they get wear and tear on them. So when he came over, although he was a legit wrestler, I felt like it was us versus them. And Frank Mir, it was like, God, man, how's he gonna win this? And when he submitted him, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. I was in Arizona at the Super Bowl watching that.
I remember when Brock came at him, and I think they threw him up against the fence, and just the way the whole fence moved. I don't think I've ever seen that.
This is
and
also
I was like,
Uber Brock. This isn't Brock now with all the testing. This is Brock.
We make a career out of what usually is considered to be disruptive.
Yeah.
Don't be a jackass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not going to make anything out of comedy. Yeah. My mom was not happy with that.
Do you think teachers are
She wanted
saying
me to be a
that
nurse.
these days, though? Do you think teachers and other people are saying it? Because these days there's so many ways to make money.
Yeah, I think.
Like if my kid's a jackass like me or like you guys, I'm going to tell them like there's avenues to make money off this.
Sure.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many avenues now. Where before, especially when you guys were coming up, hell no. What are you doing? You mean idiot. Selling car insurance.
You've had
dick
this.
jokes.
You had this later. I mean, you were always a driven guy and did very well in sports and made a lot of money. But there's something amazing about kind of the first time you realize that there is a door to salvation.
Yeah.
In other words, like when I was growing up, I remember watching my dad go to work every day. I watched people go to work every day, and I was like, well, that might be good for some people, but if I have to put on a suit and go to work every day, I might die. If I have to do those kinds of civilian things, I knew from an early age I wasn't cut out for it.
You have to do that, Joe, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everyone has to.
Everybody
it's not like
does.
you're going comedy, then you're on you're at the Comedy Store doing, in the main room. There's no way.
No, I'm talking about when you see the door, though, that gets you out of there, right? So you're like, if I just keep doing this, that door's going to open eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just keep, it's a numbers game, basically, yeah. But, I mean, Brian, like, back when we were doing it, I mean, we're still doing it, but, like, that transition part where I was working 3 jobs. Howard Hughes is right around here, right? The Howard Hughes Parkway.
Right there.
Okay, so I used to work at Borders Books and Nordstrom Rack. They were right on top of each other.
Yeah.
So I worked from Borders Books from 7 to 10, and then from 12 to 9 I was at Nordstrom Rack.
When was that? How long ago?
Back when me and Brian were at the Laugh Factory.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, like 20 minutes. I just got off.
He was killing rooms.
Mrs. Fields
He was
over there.
destroying. He would destroy the Laugh Factory on a Saturday. Like, boom, 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 boom. I said before you got on, I said, if you're gonna follow Jo Koy, you better be.
By the way,
better
everyone
be
talks about you. I don't know if you noticed. Everyone talks about you.
that's so
when
cool.
I said you're coming on, they're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he's
thank
a
you.
beast. Yeah, and you are. But yes.
But that
you were working there.
And I had my son. He was just 1. He was 1 at that time, and I just remember my mom like looking at me like, Joseph, I told you, this comedy, like your son's going to get older. Like, how much more of this are you going to do? Like, literally, just quit. She even gave me money for a car.
Can't blame her. She was worried.
She's like, here, I'll buy you a car. You don't have to worry about car payment. Like, she was doing all of that, and I was like, Mom, you don't understand. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I remember, and it's so funny that you said that about Sebastian, because I remember him in his waiter outfit
Waiter for 9 years.
going
4
up on
seasons,
stage,
right?
and then I was the same thing. I was cleaning yachts on Saturday nights right here on Playa del Rey. They take these Marina del Rey where they take the yachts out, and I had to clean them. And I remember it's just starting to bust the tables early because I knew the sooner I can get done, I can rush over to the Laugh Factory.
Do you have any contact with crocodiles?
No, I've been up there. I've seen them. They're pretty impressive. They're pretty horrifying.
Oh yeah.
But I would much rather deal with sharks than crocs.
100%, because you never hear anyone going, it's weird, man, the croc, they don't like the way I taste, they just grab my arm. Then
Nah.
huh?
No,
They love.
we had a girl get
they
eaten a couple of
love
weeks
it.
ago.
You guys had a girl?
Yeah. They went swimming in a waterway that was signposted as having crocodiles at night.
Listen, girl, you got to look. They were
Is it a
probably drunk.
teenage-
They
this is
were
a
probably
teenage
fucking
girl?
drunk.
No, I think she was probably late 20s. I'm not 100%
Probably
on
drunk.
That. Yeah. Just decided to go for a swim. And I think it was in northern Queensland. It wasn't even in Northern
Oh, this
Territory.
was not. I thought you said Mexico.
No, this is in Australia.
No, this is-
in northern
No, just decided to go for a swim at night in northern Queensland.
No, you don't.
Got eaten.
Oh,
Her friend
I
jumped
read
in
about
and got
this.
bitten
Right.
as well. Yeah,
That's right.
We get tourists up there a lot.
So one got
getting
eaten,
eaten.
and one got bit.
Yep. And they are scary. Crocodiles,
scary.
and they won't just bite you and let go. They'll bite you, they'll flip and they'll do the death roll, trying to twist you to pieces, trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Then they'll stick you under a log.
Tenderize.
And, so you decompose and they'll come back and eat you.
Yeah.
That's scary.
They might be the scariest animal.
I would agree
'Cause
with
it's
you.
literally, it's not, sharks, they're a little confused. They might bite you, let go.
Oh
Alligator,
no! Crocodiles
just-
plot and they learn.
Fuck,
Like they'll watch people coming up to the water to collect their daily water rations and things like that, and they'll time it.
They're
They'll know what time of
sabotage
day you come.
hunters.
Yeah.
I saw a video where it said, careful, alligators on the opposite side of this fence. Show the alligator climbing the fence.
All right, next fan question we've got is from Alexander28. What is the biggest change in your life since the shark attack?
Shit, there's been so many. Initially, obviously, not having a hand and a leg.
That's
It's a
kind of a given.
pretty big change.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
kind of a big change. You don't realize how much you use your hand and leg until you
right.
lose it.
Not being that really messes up your ability to squat and bench press. Luckily, I have tools for that now. So, but everything has changed. Every aspect of my life has changed. I've become a different person. Like I said, I was scared of sharks in public speaking. Now I make shark documentaries and do motivational speaking. So my career's changed. My mindset's changed. Well, it hasn't. My mindset hasn't changed. It's just developed further.
Yeah.
Were you left or right-handed?
There you go. I'm left-handed now. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. Learning to write left-handed, learning how to do things one-handed. How do you open a can with one hand?
I don't know.
How do you use a dustpan and broom? How do you tie your shoelaces? All these little things. How do you do up buttons and do your ties and all these little things you got to relearn how to do, and they're so frustrating until you just learn.
Because you have no other choice.
Yeah, you don't have a choice, and it's amazing what you can do when you don't have a choice.
That's crazy.
I've
man.
never jerked off with my left hand. Sorry to say that, but that is significant. Sorry. I mean, come
We
on,
gotta
let's be
go there
honest.
with our boy.
Look,
So
bro,
I ran
I'm just saying, it's difficult.
I was having a chat with John Jones at the LA Fitness Expo when I was up here like 6 months ago. The first question he asked me, "You jerked off with that robot hand?" I was like, "Fuck, John, I'll let you get away
That
with
was
that
the
one."
question?
mate."
Come on, dude.
What-
Of all the questions,
Yeah, it's
at
not-
least that was my last time after 2 hours.